Well, we've got some fan favourites back, and which one to go for? So we start off today with a little bit of a sneak peek on some stuff that's coming up, because Giants have put out a bit of a blog post. State of the farm address. Dear, oh dear. Now, to be fair, the actual blog post itself is, I'm going to say, a little light on the information. I'd say go for the big picture that's in the middle, titled What's Next. So first off, obviously, in the first quarter of the year, we're going to have these 6 things here. And we're going to get the first DLC, the first pack coming out, and there's no mention of what that is, mind you, but let's see what it is. You know, was it rumoured that is innovative machinery? Yeah, that doesn't answer any questions at all, but all right, we'll see what comes out with that. Now, the second thing is going to be that Silverone Forest is coming back, probably one of the most detailed maps that Giants have ever made for the game ever. Obviously, it came out in 22 as part of the paid DLC, and now it's coming back as a free download. So if it is one of the best detailed maps they've ever made, and now the graphics level has gone up again, it's going to look even better. Well, that's going to be ace. Then obviously we did have the announcement that came out the other day about Farming Simulator VR. If you've got a MetaQuest or whatever variation of that you've got, you're golden. I mean, that does look good, especially the taking the wheels off. That's awesome. And obviously we've got patch 1.6 coming out. Now, we have just had 1.5, 1.51 for some people. Yeah, it's cured some problems, and it's caused some problems. So we'll see if 1.6 can actually fix that sort of thing. And normally when we have some patches, I say normally, they've got a content update. So we get these free downloads, basically like a free DLC that generally gets released with a patch. So I'd imagine those two are going to be coming out at the same time. And then we've also got another map, another remastered map. So it's going to be one of Giants' maps. That picture's really blurred, so who's to say what that one's going to be? I mean, it could be one from 22, could be like Elm Creek or whatever, or could be one from a little bit further back. I'm sure we'll find out in a little bit of time. Now, that's going to be the first quarter, so sort of like up to spring-ish, depending on where you actually class the quarter of the year as. And we then got a little bit of information, a little bit of a sneak preview of what's coming out in quarter 2. So we've got patches and content updates. Obviously, as things get fixed and things get broken, they need to fix them again. So why not? Then there's the news that precision farming is coming back. Whether you like it or whether you hate it, whether you think it's great or whether you think it's ridiculously tedious, it's coming back to the game. It does add, I'm going to call it a more immersiveness to the game. There's a lot more for you to do, so you're certainly not going to get bored because you've got plenty to keep your eye on with that. So that's coming back. We've also got the second pack of announcements. Well, a second pack announcement and obviously its release. Yeah, that's prairies. That's all it's centered around. So prairie lands normally are quite big. So are we going to see big equipment? Potentially? All right, time will tell on that one as well. And obviously it finishes off with excitement announcements and more. So obviously, as more stuff comes along, we're going to get more stuff and more things, and hopefully it should get better and people's problems should get fixed. But I think it's great. You know, they're telling you, they're giving you a little bit of an insight to what to be expecting. I think that's ace. So on to the mods for the day. So we got the Bergmann Shuttle 410S. This is by Alice Aguaole, 16.06 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Forage Wagons. Now, this is a fairly decently sized forage wagon, I must admit. 41,500 litre capacity. It's going to require 180 horsepower from your tractor, 165 grand to buy. You do have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Väderstad, and then back to Trelleborg on the tyres. And if you go for anything other than Trelleborg, you do have the option of wides or standard. Yeah, go for the wides. Why not? Then you got the option of a cover. And I put my teeth in. Oh, that's a little different. When I'm used to the covers on the Chrome stuff being like a perspex looked at, that's got like a black net to it. Oh, that's all right. And then you got the option of silage additive tank, yes or no. Just puts it on the front there. All right, fair enough. I mean, that is looking good. Right, next up is the Väderstad Rollex 450-620. This is by DR Modding, 53.89 megabyte on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under rollers. Now, it's an interesting one because it's a roller and a seeder. You can do your oilseed radish, your grass, and your canola as well. But primarily, it is going to be a roller. It does have a 360 litre capacity. Obviously, that's going to be for your seeds. 70 horsepower requirement for your tractor, 6.2 metre working width, and a 6-mile-an-hour working speed. Now, it starts off at 14,725. So if we try and get that down to... I don't think we are going to get it down. There we are. So that's better. So we've got to get rid of that. We've got to get rid of that one and that, and we need to get that right. So there you are. So that's your standard one, 14,725. I don't know why they always give you the optional extras when you're coming into it, but all right, it is what it is. So starts off 4.5 meter working width with 55 horsepower requirement from your tractor. You then extend that up to, well, actually you add a seeder to be fair, so that's going to give you the option to seed, put your grass, your canola, or your oilseed radish in. You can then extend it up to 6.2 meter with a 70 horsepower requirement, then add the seeding unit in, and then go up to the 5.1 meter working width with 60 horsepower. Well, that's down rather than up. Okay, add a seeding unit, and then back to your 4.5, which is, it's a little strange. So it goes 450, 620, 510. All right, fair enough. It is what it is. You then have the option of a roller. So the cross skill roller, you can have the Cambridge roller or the cross skill one. Stone trays, yes or no. So just stops the stones getting stuck in there, really. Stabilization bar crossboard, yes or no. All right, where's it putting that? Let's have a little look. Spin it around. I can see it moving slightly, but not where anything's changing. But okay, fair enough. Crossboard heavy, standard. Ah, there we go. Double knife, single knife, or nothing. Right, okay, fair enough, no problem. I mean, obviously, a roller is a roller at the end of the day. So if you're going to be doing your maintenance of your field, yeah, get one of these on the go. And next up is the Schwarzmueller 3-axle low loader. This is by FS Miner, 7.48 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under low loaders. Now, it's going to cost you 50 grand to buy, and obviously it hooks up to a lorry, semi, truck, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's not going to go to your tractor. Well, I suppose you could put a dolly underneath it, and that'll work no problem. But it's one of those big low loader, big transportation jobs. Now, you have got the option to change the main colour. So if you've got the unlimited colour mod installed, go for that. Pastel pink low loader, why not? And then you got your rim colour, which is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. Obviously, the back's fold down and you have got straps to strap your vehicles down, so that's all right, that is. And next up is the Novag T-Force Plus 350. This is by Farming Agency and Agrar Design Austria. 23.66 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under seeders. Now, it's got a capacity of 4,440 litres. It's going to require 120 horsepower from your tractor, 3 metre working width, 7-mile-an-hour working speed. It's going to cost you £122,575, euros or dollars. Now, you do have the option on the auxiliary tank to have more seeds, more fertiliser, or more seeds. So if you wanted to, yeah, because obviously that 4,440 litres is going to be split between the two. So if you wanted to carry more fertiliser, go for that. If you want to carry more seeds, go for that one. No problem. Then you've got your Michelin, BKT, Trelleborg, Vredestein, and then back to Michelin. There is a couple in there. It's got some standard 2s. Yeah, all right. I mean, I think we've got the Novag one in the base game, but this is more of a small farm and shenanigans version of it. Oh, fair enough. Right, next up, all the mods, well, let's face it, right, all the mods from now on out until we get to the update is going to be from Giant. So it's like a mini DLC, sort of. So this is the Kuhn SLC 141, 9.23 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under manure spreaders. Now, it's got a 15,600 litre capacity, 180 horsepower requirement from your tractor, and a 10 metre working width. Now, with the 9-mile-an-hour working speed, that working width, it comes out the side. Yeah, that little chute in front of the wheel comes out of there. I'll show you that in a minute. And you've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Väderstad, and then back to Trelleborg. Got a couple of different versions on the go there. Some standards, some wides as well. Oh, they look all right. And it's going to cost you 55 grand as the base piece of equipment. Right, so we've got our manure here, and first thing you need to do, you're gonna have to open up the flap. So we'll do that. LB&A. There we are. Now we're ready to go. So you just come into your field. We'll turn it on. LB&X. There we are. So we're getting 10 meters, but it is coming out to the one side. So just bear that in mind. If you think it's going to come out the back of that black little area, no, that's actually part of the belt system for the screw feed inside. So you will need to, yeah, just plan accordingly. We'll call it that anyway. So if you're looking for a more, we'll call it a standard delivery system. So it comes straight out of the back and then, you know, spreads out that way. We've got the Unia Apollo 16 Premium, 14.75 megawatt on the download. And as you can imagine, on the manure spreaders. Now, this has got a 20,000 litre capacity, 150 horsepower requirement for my tractor, 12 metre working width, 9 mile an hour working speed. The only option is to the tyres. So you've got your Trelleborg, your Michelins, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Väderstad, and then back to Trelleborg. There's a couple of different versions on the go there if you wanted to. I mean, 51.5 grand. That's all right, that is. Well, next up is the Reiter RESPIRO R9 Profi, 22.99 megawatt on the download, and you're going to find it under windrowers. Now, to be fair, I remember something like this coming out in 22, and it was awesome. Now, you're going to require 150 horsepower from your tractor, 9 metre working width, 13 mile an hour working speed. It's going to cost you 125 grand, and you have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Väderstad, and then back to Trelleborg, and you've got options on the Väderstad. That's the only one. All right, fair enough. Now, what's so great about this is you have options on how you want a windrow. So you unfold it, LB&X, and it starts off in, it's going to put it into the middle, like you would imagine. So we'll turn it on. I've unfolded it. What's going on? There we are. There we go. So LB&X, turn it on. LB and B, lower it down. And it's going to be putting it into a nice pile in the middle. Great. Now, if you don't fancy doing that, if you do RB and right stick in, no, left stick in, it's going to change. Dear, oh dear. So it's now saying it's going to put it all out to the left. That's great. So if you do RB and right stick, left stick in even, it's then going to put it out to the right. And if you didn't fancy that, I'm going to do RB and left stick in again, it's going to put it out to both sides. Not quite sure why you'd want to do that, because you're just basically making a path for yourself. But we'll do it again and put it into the middle. That is awesome. I mean, you can do it as you're going along as well. That is a brilliant windrower. We're sticking with windrowers for our next one. So we've got the CLAAS Liner 4900, 21.22 megawatt on the download. And it's on the windrowers, as you can well imagine. Now, this requires 115 horsepower from your tractor, 15 metre working width on this one, that's all right. 9 mile an hour working speed, and it's going to cost you 98.5 grand. You do have the option of Michelin, BKT, Väderstad, then back to Michelin. You've got some wides and wide twos on the go. So if you've got a CLAAS farm, you know, you set up from your CLAAS dealer, you know, doing a little bit of extra whatever, repping the brand, yeah, get one of these on the go. Well, next up is the Dalbo MegaRoll 2430, 16.84 megawatt on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to find it under rollers now. 350 horsepower requirement for your tractor. And that's quite a lot for a roller, I must admit. 24.3 metre working width, though. It's definitely a big boy. I mean, you've got some big fields on the go. This is the one for you. 7 mile an hour working speed, 140.5 grand to buy. The only option is your tyres. So you've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Väderstad, and then back to Trelleborg. There's a couple of different options on the go there as well. But if you've got a big rolling operation, yeah, if you've got these massive fields, you know, a little small one is just not going to cut it. Yeah, this is going to sort you out. Well, next up is the Farmet Falcon 6 Pro Fert Plus. This is 34.76 megawatt on the download. And as you can imagine, you're going to be finding this under seeders. But it's going to be doing your seed and your fertilising at the same time. So good job doubling up on that one. 6,000 litre capacity, although that is going to be split between the two products. It's going to require 220 horsepower from your tractor, 6 metre working width, 10 mile an hour working speed. It's going to cost you 128 grand. There is no options. It comes as it is. But Farmet, Yeah, something a little different brand. Obviously everyone's used to the standard stuff that you go to, but why not try out something new? Right, next up is something I thought would probably be in the base game, but here we are. It's down as a mod. So the Kubota M7, 28.34 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now, it's got 130 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, but you can change that. I mean, it has got a base price of 118.5 grand to buy, although we do have an optional extra there of the 3-point. Yeah, there you are. So that's your standard base version. So we can change the horsepower, and it goes up to 150, and then up to 170, and then back to 130. So 170 horsepower is going to be the biggest engine. Then you've got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Väderstad, Nokian, Mitas, BKT, and then back to Trelleborg. We've got some twins all round if you wanted to. Ah, that's all right. You then got warning signs, yes or no. So it puts those on the sides there. Front weight, so we have a 90 kilo front weight, 180, 270, 360, 450, 540, a 3-point, and then back to nothing. Now, to be fair, yeah, I'd go with the 3-point. I think most people would. You then got front loader attacher, Kubota, or nothing. There's Kubota, and so there's no quickie, there's no hour, it's just straight up the Kubota. But all right, nice little orange thing driving around on your farm. Very nice. Well, next up is the Valmet Series 8750, 20.02 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under medium tractors. Now, it's got 190 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed, and it's going to cost you 84 grand. We then got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Väderstad, Mitas, BKT, Nokian, and then back to Trelleborg. And obviously, you got your standards on the go in there. You got your twins, you got your rear twins, you got the usual shenanigans on the go there. So you got front loader attacher, so you got your quickie, your hour, or nothing. Then you got your main colour, and as we said, on every time it's got a colour change option. If you got the unlimited colour mod on, you can have whatever you like, even if it's a pastel pink voucher. Why not? Rim colour is obviously going to be your rim colour, and it's going to start off at 84 grand. Boxy style, sort of a little bit of an older, yeah, we'll go with that. It's entirely up to you. I was sticking with voucher for the next one, but a bit of a newer version. This is the Valtra N Series, 15.44 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. So it's got a 145 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and a little bit less boxy, a little bit more curved to the front. So you got the 114 grand to buy it, although we do have an optional extra of the 3-point to start off with, which I imagine that's going to be a popular option anyway. So you can have your front weight, 120 kilo, 240, 360, 480, 600, back to your 3-point, and then the front weight. But yeah, I'd leave the 3-point on, to be fair. 5 grand, definitely worth it. Then got your engine set up, so 145 horsepower. Then goes nowhere near, nowhere different. It's 145 horsepower on the active brand, or what do you call it? Trim level, that's the one. You then got the Versu brand, which I was changing the inside. There we are. Right, that's better. Let's have a little look. I was just changing all the equipment at the back. All right, fair enough. Then you got the direct version. Then you got back to your active. Well, no, it's different. Up to 165 horsepower now. And then we got the Versu again, and your direct. So that's got CVT gearbox as well. And then we're going up to 201 horsepower with the 3 different versions, and then back to the original 145. So the 201 is your biggest one. I would say that one, the active one, it's got all the old bells and whistles inside. I mean, that one just looks a lot better. Oh, fair enough. You then got your wheel brands. You got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Väderstad, Nokian, Mitas, BKT, and back to Trelleborg. And we've got the twins all round. Why not? Why not indeed? Reverse driving, yes or no. You can have that, just spins it around. You've got that little steering wheel poking at the top. You then got your roof setup. So you've got standard, or we got your sky view. Oh, it puts it out the back. So when you got the reverse driving on the go, it's even got a windscreen wiper on it. Oh, fair enough. Door setup. So you've got panorama window. It's going to be on this side, or a second door. All right, no problem. Interior setup. So we've got design 1 or 2. Ooh, blacked out interior. Oh, that could be a winner right there, I must admit. Then you got a front loader attacher, so you got nothing, quickie, Hauer, and then back to nothing. Then you got your main colour, again, standard, do whatever you like with that one. And then you got your rim colour at the end, which is obviously, yeah, they don't go. It's obviously your rim colour. But that's it. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And the last mod for the day is the CLAAS XERION 4500, 47.73 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under large tractors. Now, it's got a 490 horsepower engine, 31 mile an hour top speed, and a starting price of £443,500, euros or dollars. Right, fair enough. So you can change the engine setup. So we go from 490 up to 530, and then anniversary edition. Oh, we've got some different stickers on there. That's all right. No, go for that. That's ace. Or like that. Then come down. We've got wheel bands. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Väderstad, Nokian, and then yes. Oh, yes, indeed. The CLAAS tracks for the win. I mean, it adds 30 grand, mind you, but come on, look at the state of that. That's awesome. Then got your option on design. So EU or the US, you get the old indicator stalks outside like that. Additional weight, so we've got 200 kilo, just going to be on the back. There we are, on the back there. 200 kilo, 600 kilo, 1,000, 1,400, 1,800, 2,200, 2,600, 3,000, 3,400, or standard. You can have nearly 3.5 ton on the back of this. Dear, oh dear. All right, okay, fair enough. Then got your attacher type standard, 1,800 kilo front weight, 1,825, 2,200, 2,600, 3,000, 3,400. Hold on, so if we got 3,400 on the front, 3,400 on the back. Dear, oh dear, that makes it. I mean, is that just that? That's insane. That's what, like nearly 7 ton extra. I mean, currently in this setup, this tractor is weighing 32.9 ton. Oh, fair enough. We've got one update as well. So we've got the Lizard 6M by Rowley Christie 1 VSR modding, sir. And there's no update changelog. So I'd imagine whatever it was that got it taken down the other day has now been sorted.